on Instagram, and we are going on YouTube, and boom. So once again, we are here on Yatta Debates episode 17, the 17th episode. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat on Facebook already getting jumping. Iris, Ali, and a couple other people. Hey, Maddie, GZ on Instagram.
Hey, everybody. You know.
So y'all everything.
Good, today's topic is gonna be a fun topic. It's so funny.
This is one of those I want to say it might be more like a millennial thing.
Yeah.
I think something that really like that we kind of like spawned.
Yeah, we kind of did that. We kind of started this trend, and I think I know where I'm going with this. It's October. It's cupping season, so we're just trying to figure out like what exactly is cupping season, and like
it's basically I'm gonna be in the whole season, trying to find something steady because it's too cold to go outside and be on the prowl. But I don't know how true that is. I mean, but we're gonna get some kind of perspectives on that. Laquita, what's going on? We really do appreciate you being here on today's episode of Cuddle Season. So let me ask you. Well, I mean, I think like everybody understands who's seen this. They understand what we mean by like cuddle season. When's the first time you heard of cuddle season? Like,
I heard of cuddle season. I want to say like in my junior year of high school.
Yeah.
Like I didn't hear about it until late. I was late like 2 months though.
If you was late, then I was at the end of the party. Right?
I was oblivious. Hey, bro. So, cuffing season for me, like what I heard is that, you do like a tryouts like at the end of summer to like, the end of September, and in October, you narrow it down to the last contestants.
You take all the joints that you was hollering out over the spring, summer, and you try to figure out, all right, what's going to be like something pretty consistent. And you know what I just realized? We don't have our mics clipped on. We just kind of like talking on. So.
Oh my God, YouTube, they probably cannot hear us.
At all.
Hey, my bad, YouTube people.
So yeah, now we are 2 minutes in. So basically we're saying, yeah, so you take all the what you call that you pretty much lined up from the spring, summertime, right? Mm-hmm. And like you said, you put them in a lottery draft, and you kind of see which one has like the best qualities, the best traits, which will be like something to be good, considered like consistent for weather like this when it's raining out, and
it's time to cuddle. When you want to go get snacks late night, because in the wintertime, it's all lonely. You can't really go out like that, so. You want your little boot thing. And then also a lot of people cuff in the wintertime because they homeless. And they be trying to stay in somebody's apartment. So.
It gets deep too, even all the way down to like tax season. It's like a whole business plan, not like modeled after this. So you know what I mean? You gotta be kind of like wary when you going into the cuffing seasons and really ask yourself, well, what am I getting into? Yeah. I'll tell you like this, like the first time I really heard about it is like, I was at school too, but I was at college. I was on the college campus. And it was like a big thing because it's just like, you go in like towards like the fall, like it's like summer, fall, right? And it's all this potential there. And it's like a wave of seeds, especially the school I went to. I believe they said it was like 19 girls to like every 6 guys. So it was just like the selection was just like a candy store. so it just like kind of makes sense that like in the summertime and all the parties are going on and all the festivities and Thirsty Thursdays, she said, put the mic under your shirt, and all the festivities are going on.
I don't know if I can. I got a one piece on. This might be the best it's going to have to do. We usually don't try to hide these things on here.
That when all the festivities and stuff like that is going on, that you really don't want to be in a full-blown committed relationship because you feel like you're missing out on the wide selection.
On the wide selection. See, I don't know. I never believed in cuffing season because for me, it'd be like, I'd be trying to do my thing in the summertime, and they would come and be like, listen, you look like you're having too much fun. Let me ruin your summer and your life. No hot girl summer for you. You about to be in the house.
Like, nah, they was like, nah, you looking too good for this right now. Nope. Like, I gotta tie this up real quick.
Yep.
And I'll say for me, my personal experience for me is just like, it's never been like a seasonal thing. It's just like, either I'm single or I'm not single.
There's no time limit on when you decide, like, all right, I'm going to go on the prowl now and look.
Yeah, like, you kind of just, like, play accordingly, honestly. Like, it's just like, she says, oh, my God. Oh, my God. I mean, she can't really help on I'm just saying, though, like, you really can't He says cuffing season year round for me. Married. I mean, see, and we get to that point, but you know, we all ain't are on that sophisticated level, Steven.
Yeah, we ain't there yet. We
one day.
Yeah, one day.
Once we find that, like,
maybe we'll have a Yatta Debates wedding special.
Yeah, right. We're gonna be talking about married gang.
But how do y'all feel about cuffing season? Like, you know, I feel like a lot of guys do take advantage of that. Like after the summer, after they done had their fun and wild out with everybody,
guys,
decide, oh, now it's time for me to settle down with something, you know, someone or whatever. And then they like, oh, it's getting cold, you know, I gotta settle down, you know, chill out. You know, if they are into the tax season scam, they probably find them a really big person.
They don't even gotta be big. What is the tax
or
season
insecure
scam?
Person? So basically, you know, we've all heard and seen the stuff where it goes around, like, you know, around January to March, where dudes will be with girls that they know, that we all know they not really with, like they don't
less than reputable people.
Yes. And like usually like single moms with like a whole bunch of kids, and then what they do is they wait.
Are you coming from me?
I'm just saying.
This targeted.
And then they, you know, they sweet their girl up. They like, babe, you know, when you get your taxes back, I know you're gonna get back like $8,000 to $10,000. Just let me hold like 3, 4, and I'm gonna flip it and bring it back to you. You know, XYZ. And then you get your tax money, you give it to them to quote unquote flip. And then 3 weeks later, he gets robbed magically or something of the extreme nature happens and your money's gone.
Niggas got me though.
Yeah. And then he'd be like, baby, you know, I'm sorry, like I'll make it up to you. And then you never hear from him again. He breaks up with you, disappears, falls off the map, blocks you, whatever. So that's just the tax season scam. Hasn't happened to me. I'm going off of, you know, stories that I know from people around me. So yeah.
Now, I mean, on the
yes, and big guys do get the most love in the winter time. Every girl love their little teddy bears in the winter. We need something warm. Can't be laying next to no bones. Like I need somebody, you know, keep me warm and stuff.
Shots fire, Iris. Please come get your sister before I deck her real quick. You know what I mean? Talking about. So, I'm warm.
You know, I need somebody whose shirts I can wear. Like big t-shirts, like me and you about the same size. If I put on your shirt, that's the same shirt like me. It's gonna look like this on me. So you
probably steal hoodies too, and this is a big thing around this time too. Yeah. Cuffing season. I'm gonna tell you right now, fellas, protect your hoodies, protect your sweaters with your life.
No,
because you will never see them again. I'm still missing.
Make sure that you get the fire hoodies. You know, the Stussy hoodies, all them hoodies, because I really love all hoodies. Like,
I'm still missing my Virginia Beach lifeguard hoodie. And I'm mad. You
know, school hoodies are cool too with the logos, like college hoodies, you know, all that stuff. They cool. They keep us warm, especially like with some leggings, especially the big ones.
I don't know. So like with the whole cuffing season, like people go on that like in with mind, like, all right, yeah, this is like a business transaction, or is it really just like kind of like
nobody wants to be alone in the wintertime, because in the wintertime, that's when all like the holidays and stuff are happening. So you want to be cuffed before that, because you don't want to be the single person coming to all the functions, like for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and you the only one there. Like
shots fired. Shelly is coming at me today.
I'm really not. I'm just saying, like in general, single people, you know, like, you know, Thanksgiving, you're gonna be the one that's gonna be isolated. They're gonna pull you aside, like, hey, my man, like, you ain't find nobody yet. Like
BG said, the only time of the year niggas get fired.
Yep, that really is the truth.
What is that? Is that during cuffing season, or is that during
during cuffing season and tax season? You see everything. You see people riding in Lamborghinis and all types of stuff, renting out limos to go to bars. Like you see all types of foolishness. So you know, it's just. So it's a lot.
So all right. So vice versa, coming from cuffing season, going into the spring and summer months, you know, when everybody's on spring break and all of that, and you know,
that's usually like when the breakups start happening, like petty fights stop, you know, all that stuff. Now y'all got at odds because you know all the like real events start coming out and things like that. And then they just feel like, oh, you know, like I want to just be free. I want to do me. Like we could still be friends with benefits, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then boom, cycle continues. Single for the summer, then back again.
And Steven here, he says, here's the issue. It's pointless to have a fake relationship around this time because when Valentine's come around,
that's fact. Somebody did that to me. Somebody did that to me. They was like, "Yeah, I got you for Valentine's Day." I'm like, "Bet, great." I got ready, and they blocked my number.
We going to the candy factory, shorty.
And ghosted me, and was like, and then I went on Facebook and seen they was out on a date with somebody else. I was like, "Wow, that's really crazy."
That got to be hard. And the queen says. That's when I'll be like, damn, they use me for my fat.
Yup. That's how they come. Like, so, Valentine's Day, especially, like, that's when cuffing season really is like in full fledged. Like, if you don't have a Valentine, people look at you like, what are you doing?
What's wrong with you?
Especially if you're getting older, like, we're not young no more. We over the 25-year-old club. So it's like people are looking at us like, y'all ain't married yet. But when I was your age, I was married and had a house and all that stuff like that.
Like it's not like that these days anymore. But like I said, really going back to like it's I don't know if it's really been like a seasonal thing for me. It's just like when you get at that point in time, play the field, especially for me, because I'm not gonna say it's like hard for me to be in relationships, contrary to what your sister said. I know she's watching this, but it's just like I really gotta be like selective about like who I'm really giving like my time and energy to me, especially because like me being that personable with a person is like it really takes a lot from me. So if it's a situation where I just like I know it's not like a serious thing, like I'm just not even going like pretend. You know what I mean? I'm not going to really be in a position where I'm looking at it for benefits like that, because I'm good on my own. You know what I mean? Like I never really been like strapped for cash or anything like that. When I was just like, oh, I gotta do this. I need that. And anyway, doing that's like the equivalent to scammers. And anybody know that here on Yatta Debates, if anything I can't say, it's a scammer.
And there are a lot of them. It's unfortunate. There's people who that's how they make their way. Like that's how they do it. They thrive off of that, and some people are profitable off of that. There's a lot of guys who do it. Obviously, if it's getting memes made out of it every tax season, it's been happening way more than we think. Like where you get hit with that, you either get hit with some type of business venture because they know that you're gonna get all this money back, and especially if you got kids, they are on you and like white on rice. Like they hunt you out. They be like, that's why I be looking at posts and dudes be like, yeah, it's okay, I want to be a stepdad. Especially when they ramp up around this time, I'm like, you don't want to be a stepdad. You're just looking at my kids like that little one cost $3,000, that little one another $3,000, and that one over there $3,000.
I ain't even gonna say no name, but somebody posting up. And so shout out to you. I mean, I'm gonna let people know about your video services. So,
yes.
You know what I mean? Like, but like I guess with this thing being so like prevalent on like a serious note, what makes people still fall into that and be still susceptible to it? Because like if we understand that at this point in time that it's a thing that around like this fall winter time that people really start, like let's say making a draft list. It's just like what's like I guess like just stopping people from like falling into the cycle. Like is it just like,
well, I think the way like how people usually break the cycle is don't follow the rules of cuffing season. Like don't believe it. Like just let things happen organically and naturally. That's usually when you find the person who you're going to be with and really be in a serious relationship with. If you're putting timelines on it because of certain like holidays or expectations of other people, like the relationship's not going to last. But if you just like organically like meet somebody and like y'all really vibe and y'all vibing and it's the middle of February or something like that, and then y'all really like starting to get to know each other and y'all are established by the summertime and dating and doing things in the summertime, like it's okay like to be in a relationship like in the summertime, like you still can go out to the clubs and do things like that. Like a lot of girls too don't want to be in relationships in the summertime because they want to be able to have that freedom to go out, dress how they want, get the attention. Like some people like attention, so they want to get that certain attention from men without, feeling like guilty, like they're cheating or anything like that. And cheating is a big thing too, because there's a lot more temptation in the summertime too. Like especially like if a woman is insecure about her body, and then all these girls are out, wearing bikinis and stuff like that. And yeah, like doing it. Like you go to a club, and then girls are looking at your man, and maybe you may walk away, and they might go over to him thinking like maybe like y'all are friends or something, and try to like make a move with your man. So now you have to be very territorial. So there's a lot of factors that play into that.
And like one thing that you was pointing out was key. It's just like I don't think like this time is less than eventful. I think it's just a lot more family orientated. It's just that like you said,
Really, Instagram?
Yeah, right there. Instagram is bugging right now.
It really just said bye, Felicia.
It's really it's he said sundress season basically.
Yeah, basically that's really, and then the wintertime is really when like
sweatpants.
It's really pretty girl season. Like that's how I look at it. The wintertime is pretty girl season because your body can't save you, because in the wintertime we wearing big coats, sweaters, things like that. So if you don't have a pretty face and all you got going for you is your body, like your boobs, your butt, whatever, like you're done.
Oh
my god.
But I was saying, it's just like I don't think like the winter is like less eventful. I think it's just like more family orientated. So it's just like you like you said, you do kind of want to bring somebody about like around your family that's more like reputable. And that's been one thing for me. It's like I'm real like selective about who I bring around my family, because it's just like we all have like, even if we're on talking system, like we have like a real like connection like around like the holiday times. Like, you know, we do like our Thanksgiving dinner is just like big for us. And then it's just like if I bring somebody there that is like
that's like a big deal.
Yeah, that's like potentially not going to be there again next year. That's something that kind of like that's like it puts me in a position where it's just like, well, I can't really like deal with you on a serious level, like around cuffing season, unless you had to test the time. You know what I mean? I need to see like, can I bring this person like around my
family? You can't just keep rotating people, because then
like,
you know they'll somebody will notice it and say something, be like, hey, that ain't the girl from last year, or hey, that ain't the guy from last year. Or you'll be with the new person, they'll be like, oh, what happened to what you call? I like that girl, she was nice. The one with the, you know, and then their new partner sitting there like, so I'm not the first person you brought around your family?
Yeah.
And then it just makes things awkward.
So. Yeah, so it's just it's just, I don't know, I can't do it. Like I don't know. I don't even think like, and it's just like, if it was like a situation where it's like I have brought like, you know, a female around my family, it's just like, and it doesn't like pan out, it's just like, it's weird for me. You know what I mean? It's just like because, you know, they're not used to seeing me in relationships. So it's just like, so it's just like, oh, he finally bringing somebody around. I'm so happy. It's like, oh, I'm going to have some grandkids, and then just like, it fall apart. Like,
nope.
So
not happening.
I mean, have you ever had like a situation like that? You brought somebody like around your family, like let's say like around this time, and you've been like, they was like, oh yeah, like I like him, he's nice, he's cool.
Yeah, and then he showed his ass, and then my family was like, yeah, you need to get rid of him. So it could go either way. Like you could bring somebody around your family, and then they say, oh, you know, yeah, he's not for you. Y'all not connecting. Like that's it. And then now you got that external force of like, you know, maybe they aren't for me. Like, what do I do now? My family doesn't see it. I see it. And then, you know, that could play into the back of your mind too. So that's why it's like, you got to be cautious about who you bring around your family. Because like they have opinions, and sometimes family, they see things that we don't see when we are in love or in lust, or if we are infatuated with a person, because we tend to ignore things when we are in lust. And infatuated with people, we become obsessive, so we ignore like signs and
the
things
red
like that.
Flags.
Yeah, so it makes it harder for you to like really see what other people may see, like, and they'll tell you, and then you might not believe it at first, but then like when you really are with someone, you'll really see it. And that's why I don't think getting into like just a quick fast relationship just to say you got somebody, just to prove you have somebody. It's pointless, because then you're going to end up single, and then now you're going to look like those 10 disc changing CD player things where you're just shuffling through people like all the time.
What's going on, Monique? Thanks for joining the chat. But so to branch off on cuffing season with more recently, this hot girl summer, this new hot girl summer thing, because I'm still not fully equipped to like what it is. Can you explain to me, in as much detail as you can, what the hot girl summer is and why the season is now over?
Well, hot girl summer was basically like, you know, live carefree. It was like live carefree, you know, like, you know, you're a hot girl, like do your thing, live your best life as a woman, do what you do, like empower yourself. That's what Megan Thee Stallion said. But really how women took it was, you know, just be great. If you're gonna be a hoe, be great at it. So that's how it was. Like basically, you know, just don't listen to what nobody gotta tell you, like no guy gotta tell you. Just do your own thing. Be you, be confident in your skin, be sexy, liberate yourself, be free sexually. Like don't let nobody restrict you sexually and things like that. And yeah, you just be a hot girl. Like you feel yourself. Like it's all about empowerment of yourself. But you know, a lot of dudes took that as these girls trying to be thoughts, and we have to put an end to this right now.
Yeah, I guess it's
but nobody wants sexually liberated women, and that's a whole nother different topic.
Well, and this is something that I had like made like a old debate about, and I said in today, and this was like 2018. I said, does body count matter anymore, like on the spectrum? Because like to me, like I don't think it does as much, because I think our generation, like everybody's just fucking like
I feel like it matters to the point of where if you are introducing yourself to new partners, your body count should matter to you, so you know who to turn to if anything goes wrong, like if you catch something, an STI or whatever. And also when you are introducing yourself to a new partner and their body count, you got to think about the body count of the person that they're sleeping with too, because then you're sleeping with everyone who they're sleeping with and who they're sleeping with, and it's like this whole cycle of everybody sleeping with everybody essentially. So
you can't escape it. Like,
you can't escape it. So it's kind of like when we get older, it's like, you know, we're not in high school no more. Like nobody, unless you don't have any kids and you're a virgin and you just decided to commit yourself to your virginity, you got at least a couple bodies, at least a couple, like at least. And it doesn't matter. Like I seen something on Instagram today that made me like cackle, and it was like, why do dudes think that if a girl takes 30 penises, that her vagina would be any bigger than if she takes the same penis 30 times? Like there's no difference of anything. If you can push a whole child out and it goes right back to its normal self, your pee-pee is not going to change anything.
On a serious note, is that stigma going away though?
Not really.
I think so. In a sense, I think there is.
Look at the reactions to Hot Girl Summer. Men do not like sexually liberated women.
But I can't like.
That's why they implement couple season, because they don't want you to be liberated and living your best life. They gotta lock that down. Shut it down.
Who are these men that you like speak of? Because like for me, it's just like
it's the overly like the overly egotistical, like the narcissistic men, like the ones who feel like they have to prove their masculinity, like through like, you know, their dominance and being like, yeah, I could date multiple women, but at the end of the day, I could still lock something down, whatever. Like, you know, like my girl hold me down, like in the wintertime, I could drive her car, whatever. But then when March comes and she needs tires, he is a ghost. He's gone. Like, that's it. So, you know, it's just the reality of it. Like, I feel like cuffing season is for just narcissistic people with low insecurities, and people who don't want to be alone, who are afraid of being alone. That's how I look at it. Like,
and they prey on people that
want the same thing, that want to be loved and want affection, want attention, want to be posting up cute relationship goal pictures and stuff like that. And I always felt like, you know, people who do stuff like that, post up all them like relationship pictures and stuff like that, that doesn't validate the relationship and make it any more realer to us than to you. Like, it's not, you're proving to us that you're happy. Like, I feel like the happier couples usually don't post anything at all. They just do things together and coexist and enjoy the moments of being together, because in a blink of an eye, somebody could be gone. Like, you know, we're here today and gone tomorrow. So enjoy the moments. Why would you want to sit and pretend and fake on camera like everything's all good, and then you go and then in real life you're not happy with the person that you're with, but on camera you're trying to prove to the world that, yes, I'm happy, I'm in this good relationship, look, like I see that a lot, even like with dudes who are abusing girls too. Like, they'll post up pictures like, I'm happy, I'm in a good relationship, I love my man, and then he'll be knocking her left and right, and then the girl will post like bags, stuff, gifts he bought her out of remorse for beating her up. And it's like, you're only seeing the gifts and, you know, the nice dates and stuff, but you're not seeing the whole picture of, in reality, he gets mad and beats her up or does whatever. So it's all a facade. Like,
and you know, that's why I tell people, like, I mean, like it's to the point where like I've been able to, like, now that I'm older, I've been able to like accept more responsibility for like my part and like playing, not even just like within the relationship, but even admitting that to other people. Like, if shit goes south, I'm just like, not for nothing, like I wasn't really like perfect all the way through, because, you know, nobody really is.
No.
And it's just like I think that's really like a point that we gotta really make to ourselves and understand, just that like we make faults too. And this is something that I always say. It's just like the more that we blame other people, the more we continue like to.
Yeah, you have to be accountable
Yeah.
for your own actions, especially like when you're growing up and you are developing, like, and you want to develop healthy relationships. You have to be accountable. You can't always be a victim. Like, I really hate victim people. Like, oh, my ex hurt me, so now all people ain't right, like, or all XYZ aren't good, and I don't want to date nobody because they're gonna hurt me, and they are very guarded, and or they do reckless things. So it's better to just be real with yourself, have that real conversation with yourself, be like, yes, I messed up in the relationship too. That's why the relationship went south. Not just blame the person and be like, well, they hurt me, they did this, they did that, whatever. Like, be accountable for your actions as a person.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Shelly is throwing some serious shots today.
I'm really not though.
She got the gun pointed this way. She's like, Yatta.
I'm really not though. Like, I've been just like so open today because I was doing my tarot reading. So like my spirit is open, and you know, like I'm just in a different space right now where, you know, I don't want to attack nobody. I'm just saying what, you know, is real. Like, the truth is real. Like, a lot of people get into relationships because they don't want to be alone. It's not because they're looking for love, whatever the reason. They just don't want to be alone. When you get older, the stigma of being alone, like, people look at that like a lot, especially women, when they start getting older, they look at like, damn, I'm going to really end up being alone. Like, being alone is probably the most liberating thing that you could do. Like, your freedom as a person, like being a whole person, is great. Nobody wants to be a half. Like, that's why I don't believe in like soulmates and things like that. Like, I believe in like your twin flame, but with twin flames, you're not a half. You are two whole people that merge together to become one. Like, that is the person, your mirror, but it's not like you're a half missing something. Like, I feel like that's why a lot of people go through life thinking like you're half and you have to have somebody to complete you. Why can't you complete you? You like you. Date yourself. Cuffing season, why don't you take yourself out on a date? Find out what you really like. Date yourself. You know, love yourself.
That's deep right there. We gonna give her. We gonna clap.
Hey, Michelle.
What's going on, Michelle?
So, you know, just take yourself out on a date. Like, when I was single, like, I would go out. Like, I would plan a day. Like, if it was like a Friday, I'll go out, go eat somewhere, go chill, hang out, maybe go to a bar, go to a club, or even go to a restaurant, go to the movies by myself, go somewhere by myself, just relax and just really just enjoy myself, work on myself. And a lot of the time, like, I was getting approached with like opportunities to be in relationships, and I turned them down because I was like, I can't be in a relationship with somebody and I have work to do on myself. And then I did get into relationships where I realized that I had to break it off because I had a lot of work, internal work to do on myself. And I would end up hurting the person that I was with more than help them. And our relationship would not blossom. It would end up being destructive because there were things that I would do that would be toxic that I did not want to address at that time, that I knew I needed to address. So I had to work on myself first before I could give myself to anybody else and be their other, like, you know, their partner. Like, because I look at relationships as like a team. Like, we're partners, we're a team. Like, I'm not dependent on you, you're not dependent on me. We are a team. We work together, we make it work. But
one thing I will say is that you know, even like guys might not be like as verbal as it, but you know, we see the same things that y'all do, and there'll be like a situation where it's just like, you know, like you said, we don't want to be alone either. Like, we don't want to be, you know, when they're playing 2K or just watching Netflix and, you know, going to like the family functions, and that might be one of the real deeper approaches to why it's just like, all right, well, I need to get with somebody by the end of the summer because by the end of winter, because like I'm not trying to be snowed in by myself and I'm just sitting here and, you know.
And, you know, I see a lot of the jokes where guys are like, it is on YouTube. We're live on YouTube too. The link is on my page in my bio. A lot of guys make jokes in the wintertime too, like, you know, about single women who are single, like, oh yeah, well, look at you thought you were so strong and independent, you can't even shovel your own car out. Well, for the record, I've shoveled my car out multiple times by myself. So again, it's just these stigmas of like, people, when they see single women, like, sometimes they feel like they're single because they're undesirable. And maybe some people just choose to be single. Like, you can make that conscious choice to just be single and be free and be your own person. Like, enjoy yourself, like, enjoy your space. Like, I'm a person who, I like to be by myself a lot of the time. Like, I will close my room door and be by myself. Like, even I have kids, My kids know, like when mommy wants her alone time, that's it. Mommy's alone time. And then they'll come in 20 minutes later, like, can I get some juice and stuff like that.
I can tell you this, like I like I'm fine with like being by myself, but it's just like I don't know if I could live by myself. Like I think I would need like because I remember like even,
get a dog.
No, I mean, but I don't know. Like I can't. I'm not really too big on like the pets anymore. Maybe like a cat or something, like something that don't need like constant maintenance. But I would say like in a situation like that because like I had my own dorm room and like yeah, it's good for privacy, but like I'm sitting there and like. Damn, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go do something.
So do something. Get out.
And I did. And I was always in others people introvert unite.
Yes. And get out, do stuff by yourself. Like take yourself to the movies.
And the thing is, I like that, but the point of me like liking having other people around is just that when I go places and I experience like certain things, I know exactly what I want to do. And it's just like when I'm with another person, it's just like it allows me to explore other avenues into things that I wouldn't even normally think of.
So why would you do it with a partner? Why not do it with a group of your friends? Like, why does it have to be with romantic interest? No.
I'm saying like in general, like I'll still do it, but like not in a sense of like being like in a romance, but like in a sense like just being with other people. Like like for me, like going out to eat by myself, it's just like all right, like I sit down, I eat, and I'm like all right, check. Like you know what I mean? And it's
maybe if when you go out to eat, go to like a cafe or something, bring a notebook, jot down your thoughts. Write, do something like do a hobby while you're doing that, like those tasks, like you're out, you're away, do something else to, clear your mind. Because when you think about being alone, then that's all you're going to think about. That's
no, but it's not that. It's just like I don't know. I guess like in that sense, like I'm like a sociable person.
Just say you're just a lover boy, Yatta. Just say
stop it.
You just want to live. You want to do the hand holding. And you want to lay out the roses and all that stuff like that.
That's gotten me in trouble. Like really like putting up that face. But it's just something like I'm gonna be like pretty transparent. It's just something that's like a turn on for me. Even if I'm not really there with that if I'm not there mentally with a woman, just like the ambiance of it, like romance. I'm just like, oh yeah, this is a turn on for me. And she's like, people told me like, you gotta stop doing that because you give somebody the wrong vibes and they're gonna be thinking that this is something that it really ain't. And I'm just like, she said, and that's when y'all go back to toxic situations.
Yep, that is facts. That's facts.
Oh man, but
because people, whenever people are alone, they be like, wow, that one ex that they was toxic, but damn, like I really missed them.
Hey, big head.
You get that text.
What you doing?
Like you just probably got a hey, big head text just now. You get that text like, hey, like I ain't heard from you in a while, or hey, stranger, see you look good, and I'm like, no, you demon, back up.
Like, and I mean, I think I talked about this. Like, I fell back into like a situation that I knew wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And and I played that for like an entire year. You know what I mean? It was just like. It was something that I should have been cut off, but again, like I was young, I was just like in a position like I was just like, I'm just doing what I do. I'm like, I know what it is. Yeah. So, and I mean, that's like that. I think that's also part of like, just growing up. I think like at that point, it's like I don't know if it'll ever phase out like cuffing season, but I know like it really kind of like started with us. And we really got like the full experience from it from like, I'm going to say like for me from like 18 up until now. Like, so it's just like, we kind of like had all the experiences with it. And it's just like, it's been like a part of our generation that we can look back and say like, oh yeah, this was a thing.
Yeah.
Like platform shoes. It's going to be.
They're making a comeback.
I'm just saying, it's just going to be one of those things that like, yeah, back in my day, this is how we used to like.
Yeah.
Like y'all getting married at 18 now. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Like,
yeah.
So.
I don't know.
And I mean, we see that, don't we see that like quite often? Like we start seeing like as generations rotate, we see more like the steady homes. Let's say back in like the 60s and 70s, turn into like the booming 80s where everybody's like just out there.
I want to party, do drugs.
Yeah, and then when it comes back to the 90s, we start seeing like a little bit more of those like stable house homes, and then we come to like us like the 2000s and above, and
everybody's like, struggling and broke, and we like, I can't date a broke person, and I'm broke myself. Two broke people ain't gonna make nothing no better. So it's like
ignore that comment.
Oh wow! Okay.
Whoa.
Anyway,
You know what? And this is probably somebody on like They said in that situation now it's difficult. Let someone go when you put too much work in.
No, that's true too, because you also feel like you waste time. Like, and that's what a lot of people hate. Like, they hate wasted time. Like, say you are with somebody for 5 years, you know, y'all together, y'all doing y'all thing, whatever, and then you realize one day we are not compatible. This relationship is not working. Like, this is not going to go anywhere. It's just going to be a cycle of whatever the cycle is. So one of y'all break the cycle, and then, you know,
but at that point, like
one of the persons get lonely, and then y'all get back together, and then y'all fall into that repeated cycle. Like, maybe one of the other people might start dating someone else, but then cheating with their old partner, and it goes on and on and on. So yeah, so that's just, you know, the whole thing about it.
Yeah. So it's but at that point, it's just like it goes deeper than like just like the relationship, and it goes into your personal comfortability. Yeah. It's just like it's just like whether I'm like how, regardless of how I feel in this relationship, it's just like I've been in it so long, and this is all I know. And then it's just like once you exit from, I can't really say too much for myself because I haven't really been in like anything like super long term. Like the longest I've been with like on and on.
I can. I'm gonna tell you right now, once you get out of a long term relationship, the last thing on your mind is a relationship for a couple months. The very last
couple months. I'll be thinking on like
maybe even longer than that. But for the first few months, the last thing, because you're just like, what the hell? And then you're trying to adjust to doing things yourself and things like that, like normal things, like, you know, even just like simple things like going to sleep, like all those types of things. Like, you got to get used to going to bed by yourself. You know, now you got all your covers, but then you miss all the little annoying things they did, and then you forget the real reasons of why y'all split up, and then y'all might hit each other up and things like that. So me, like, I got out of 2 very long-term relationships and then ended up on the dating scene and was dating. And I realized that on this dating scene nowadays, a lot of these niggas is dumb. And I'm just going to say it like that. I'm sorry. I just got to say what it is. A lot of y'all don't know what y'all want. Y'all don't know what y'all want out of life. Y'all don't know what y'all want out of a relationship. Y'all don't know what y'all want out of a person, but y'all want a person to commit to y'all, and you don't even commit to them. You don't want somebody to be like, oh yeah, you know, can you be my friend or whatever, buddy, whatever terms y'all decide to use, and how y'all spit y'all game to try to keep somebody like as a placeholder until you find the person that you really want. And a lot of women are okay with that. And I'm not one of those women. You give me the slightest hint of like, I'm not the only person, or you try and run game on me, baby, this is going to become a chessboard, and it's move for move after that.
But in a situation where it's mutual, it's like, it's completely fine.
If it's mutual, if we both mutually agree, like, this is not going to be nothing, like, we just going to do whatever until, you know, one of us gets in a relationship and then it's done. That's a different story. But for someone to have someone sit in a situationships where you get false hopes of like, oh, we're gonna be together, and then they end up with someone else, like that meme. I had posted a meme on my story a while ago that said, when you're waiting for her to, you know, make a move and then she gets married, like, people will do stuff like that. Like, nobody's waiting for nobody. Like, no, if you playing games and you're inconsistent and you're giving off inconsistent vibes and uncertain vibes, and you're not sure what you want to do with that person, I feel that person should move on to somebody who will give them that certainty, that reassurance, and that stability. Because me, you know, I tell y'all a lot about, you know, information without giving too much about my life. But I was in a situation in 2016 to 2017 where I was dating someone that I had met on an online dating site. And on their bio, they were like, they weren't looking for anything serious, but the same was for me because I just got out of a relationship. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever, you know, we can just do us. But then he would make cues, like, as the months would go along, like, yeah, you're my girlfriend. He'd bring me around his family, all around his family during Thanksgiving. Like, you know, we didn't do Christmas, and I didn't do his birthday. Like, I didn't go to his birthday party because I was like, you know,
you don't want to seem like it's more than what it's supposed to.
Because in the midst of that, he would say things that would make me be like, I don't think I'm the only one. Like, I would have a certain day with him. Like, it would be a certain days of the week with him. So I'm like, yeah, he's talking to other girls during the other days. And then, like, I caught on. And then finally, like, for his birthday, he had a birthday party. He really wanted me to go. And I was like, I'm not going. I was like, I made up an excuse. I thought I was sick or some shit. And I was like, I'm not going. And then after that, I lied to y'all not. Spirit does not lie. This Negro took the river line from Camden to here, to Trenton, to tell me that he got his baby mama, who he swore he wasn't dealing with, pregnant. So, on that note, no, I don't believe in situationships, because then at the end of the day, if you're not clear with a person, you end up hurting the other person in the situation. So when he said that to me, I was like, all right, but let me exit stage left. But then he was still like, no, we can work it out. He took me to his church. You know, he was trying to really show me. Yes. He took me to his church.
Whoa, that's
trying to make me feel like, you know, he trying to make me feel like, you know, like I was really like in there. And then after that, some girl approached me. And I never knew this girl, but she knew me. She stalked my pages or whatever. She knew who I was. And she freaking came up to me because he played football. Mm-hmm. She came up to me at his game, like at his big international like game, and was like, hey, I like your sunglasses. I was like, okay, all right, bye. Like, okay. And then she was like, oh, who are you here for? And automatically in my mind, and this is even what makes it even worse, this was on April Fool's Day. So I like, when I tell people the story, I swear I thought it was a joke at first, like when she asked me that. So I'm like, oh, you know, I'm here for whatever number he was at the time. I don't even remember. And this girl was like, oh, I'm here for him too. And I was like, you lying. And then she was like, no, I'm here for him too. We should go to him together. She was like, you know, I've been dealing with him since XYZ, and the dates were, I think they started dealing with each other 2 months after me and him started dealing with each other. Mind you, he's dealing with me, her, and baby mom. So then she's like, yeah, we were even linking up in January. Like, and if y'all don't know, my birthday's in January, so I took personal offense to that. Like, you really gonna be doing me dirty on my birthday like that? So yeah, I went up to him and he just looked at us. He seen the two of us. And he was like, I don't got nothing to say. He turned around, walked away.
What can you say in that situation? It's just
like
all right,
say something. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I will never subject myself to a situationship again. Like, that's just that. And I just walked off, got in the car with my cousin who drove me up there, because we were out in Allentown, PA. Like, this was how dedicated I was to that situation. I was like, oh my God, you know, I'm tired of working. Got back in the car, was like, you know what? I'm blocking him on everything. And I sent him a text message like, you know, thank you for all the memories that we made, whatever, but I got to keep it moving. And we was driving back, and he was trying to like apologize. He went on live on Facebook at his church, having his church trying to sway me back in. And I was like, man, boy, fuck you. And after that, you know, like, I moved on. Like, it took me a while to get over that embarrassment of like somebody coming up to me, especially because there were cameras there. Like, there were like cameras there. They were recording us and things like that. So could you imagine the two of us walking up to this dude like, hey, like, your main thing and your side thing is walking up to you, about to approach you, and they thought we were gonna fight. Me and the girl were gonna fight. I'm like, I'm not fighting no girl over no dude. Like, that's one thing that I'm not gonna do. I'll fight you over my kids, maybe my food, but never over a man. Like, if it's that serious, I'll let the person have the dude before anything. Like, I don't fight over dudes. Like, there's so many like open and willing dudes out there who love and accept me for who I am. I'm not settling for nobody. And that's one thing in life you should never do. Settle. Don't settle.
And I'll tell you this is why, me personally, I use these dating apps, I'm gonna use this term, accordingly. like I feel
like if you go on a dating app, don't look for nothing serious.
Accordingly. Right? Like, that's the word of the day. Accordingly. Okay.
Just, you know, keep it casual.
Yeah, keep it casual. For why you know you on there.
But I stopped using them, like, not after that situation, because still after that, I stopped using them completely, because after that, then, like, you know, there were a lot of, it changed. Like, 2016, it was cool. Like, it was like a lot of real people on there. Like, I made connections with a lot of people who I still follow to this day, that I met off POF, that follow me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, that we're still cool. Like, you know, and there were some people who just, you know, that I wish I had my taser at that time. And that's all I'm gonna say. Like, they were weird. I met this one dude, he was weird as hell. I really wanted to tase him. He's lucky I didn't uppercut him. And, you know, it's just weird. Like, make sure, like, you know, with dating apps, be cautious, because there are a lot of like rapists and stuff on those apps. Like, even for men, there are a lot of transsexual people on there who do not disclose
Yeah, but
that they are.
I mean, but like
it's dangerous for them, because I'm saying as an advocate for the trans people, it's dangerous not to tell people that, especially men, because they'll go on there looking real good, looking like a real girl, and then dudes will meet up with them, and then she got the same thing you got, and now y'all in a situation where it's like, I don't know.
Rule of thumb for guys when we come to that, and this is just not exclusive to dating sites, but it's a rule of thumb. If you have to question it, it's a no. if the question pops in your mind, is that a dude? It's a dub.
My brother, this is too funny. My brother told me, right? He was like, he would never sign up for those dating sites because of them, because of like, he felt like trainees would get to him. So then we finally convinced him to make one like out of fun or whatever. The first person that hit him up was a trainee, and their username was Transformer. I was never.
See?
He was like, I'm deleting this right now.
That was God speaking. You're not supposed to
over it. That was like the best thing that I ever seen in my life. I was like, damn, homie, I tried to help you out.
I don't know. I'll tell you with this though, like with the dating sites, I feel like honestly sometimes it's just better like to go out there and play the field, because them dating sites is just like,
because people are fake on them dating sites. Like a lot of the girls on the dating sites be filming themselves and then be built like laundry bags, and then you got the dudes on there who will like put like fake pictures up, or like put pictures up from like 7 years ago, and then they look crazy. They don't got no hair, they bald, all types of stuff. Like,
I remember my boy told me this one girl, she had posted up this picture. He's just like, yeah, I'm 26. You saw me in real life, like, you not 26, you're about 43. Well, like, stop lying. He's like, it's not going to change anything. Yeah. But I mean, luckily, like, in my time in using them, like, I haven't been catfished. Like,
you haven't been catfished? I've been catfished.
I was
catfished. This dude, he posted up pictures. I swore on everything I was going to meet this dude that looked like Clarence. He was super fine. And then that dude looked like a crackhead, and I just walked off like I ain't even see him. Like I just kept going. Like I was like, oh my god, I don't know what is going on right now.
You gotta look for those certain key factors, like the white border, like around the picture. Like, and I'm looking at like this, right? We all have like these new smartphones, and